watched this Fred's Voice ASMR video. He was making hot chocolate. It's very excessive. He was throwing a bunch of stuff into this mug, and I think the milk was cold. It might have been warm. I didn't see any steam. I was watching on my phone, so you know, it's not the greatest resolution. But anyway, I was just like, just wanted to point that out. I love Fred's Voice. Yeah, ASMR is great. Today's Q&A day. By the way, I make music. Link in the description if I check out my music. I put out 310 songs this year, so link in the description if you wanna check that out. Link in the description. What am I doing? Link in the description. I'm looking at my comments. This baddie just commented something. It's always nice to see attractive women commenting. Anyway, Q&A day today. I'm gonna answer a couple questions. I got a few. I got like 5 or 6, but they're good questions and I can spend a lot of time on them, so I'm not gonna wait to get more. So I've got them lined up here. Oh, let me do triggers while I'm answering these. I'm just gonna go in the order that I see them in. So it's not in order of importance or anything like that. It's just as I'm seeing them, I'll answer them. So the first one I'm seeing here is, will I get a microphone or camera? This is from, should I say I mean, you commented publicly, so this is from Drizzy, @Drizzy1. It's showing me a tag here, it's not showing me your actual username. So, yeah. @Drizzy1, will you ever get a microphone or camera? Love your videos, thank you. Will I ever get a microphone or camera? Right, as of now, my answer is no, but you know, I don't know what I'm gonna be thinking in the future. If I'm like, one day I might wake up and be like, I want a microphone and camera. As of now, no. I like using my phone. I like the lo-fi. I like how convenient I can take my phone around with me, throw it around, do all sorts of crazy things. The moment you get this big clunky camera, you can't start, you know, like the fast and aggressive stuff that I like to do becomes impossible because it's very expensive equipment. Whereas this phone, you get a protective case, you get a screen guard. Sky's the limit, man. You can throw it off a 10-story building. Maybe not. Might try one day. But yeah. So no. And then with the microphone, there's something about, hold on. This guy took forever to drive off. His car is loud when it's idling. So he's just there, his engine is making noise, and then eventually he left. Anyway, with the microphone. So people, I'm not saying this is you, Drizzy1, but you know, some people, they don't understand that there's lo-fi ASMR, then there's normal ASMR with the cameras and the advanced equipment. This is lo-fi, and it's a genre within this ASMR medium. So the people who like the lo-fi sound and aesthetic, including myself. So when you lose that the moment you get a higher quality microphone, the sound changes. There's just something that you get from these lower quality microphones that you won't get from these higher quality microphones. So it's always important to keep that in mind for everyone that's like, you should upgrade. Well, then you switch genres, you know? It was interesting for that reason. Anyway, so for now, no. You never know in the future what my mood is like. Then we've got comment from Lexi Summers 2785. That's her tag. She's actually the one who suggested this Q&A thing. So shout out to you if you're watching this. It's a great idea. It's got a couple of questions. What made me get into ASMR? It's not that deep of an answer. I was watching it a lot. And when did I start watching? 2021, 2020? I think it's 2020 I started watching. Might have been before then, actually. 2019 maybe? I don't know when I started watching, but you know, I'd been watching for maybe a couple of years before I started. I started in 2022. And the reason why I started was because, you know, I just woke up one morning and I was like, my phone has a camera, it can record me. What if I just start a YouTube channel and upload my videos? Because I've seen other people make lo-fi ASMR with their phones. So I thought, why not? And then I did. It was so simple. And I've just been doing it ever since. Helicopter, helicopter. I just killed a mosquito. It was just chilling on my wall, like, who do you think you are? I'll kill you. And I did. Anyway. So I started the channel. And I did it for like, I don't know how long I did it for, like a couple weeks, couple months. Before I just stopped. Because I was like, this is not yielding good results. So I stopped for like 6 months or something. How long did I stop for? 5 months? 4 months? It was a long time. And then I logged back into my account just to see what's going on with this channel. And I saw that a bunch of people had subscribed. I think I'd hit like 100 subscribers or something. And people had left comments. And I was like, maybe there's something here. And yeah, I thought it would be a good idea to just keep going. And then ever since then, I've been just putting out videos. Then besides music and ASMR, what would my career be? The first thing that I genuinely felt inspired by, like the first thing I was like, okay, I love this, is writing. So story writing, fiction. That was like grade 1. I was in first grade. And I remember writing this. We had to write a short story, and I wrote one, and my teacher, she liked it, and she was laughing, and she really encouraged me and said, like, you got something here, you should really invest in this. And she placed me in this little expose where we got to read our stories in front of an audience. So a bunch of kids from different schools came, and I was there as well, and I got to read my story in front of a bunch of other people. And she was dope for doing that. Like, people underestimate the influence you can have on a child, because that moment was like big for me. It was like, whoa, people are really liking this. This must mean something. And I enjoyed it too. I really enjoyed it. So from that moment, I knew that, okay, I want to be a writer. And yeah, I've kept it since then, that passion. It's just very difficult writing a book. I've written short stories and stuff like that, but I haven't written a full novel yet. I'm on my way though. I'm on my way. The book I'm writing now, more than halfway done. I'm at 50,000 words, almost. I'm like 49,800 and something. So I just need to write 100 and something more words, which is very easy. Then I'll officially be at 50,000 words. And then I'm trying to hit 90,000 words, which is a good length for like mine is like pirate fantasy, so trying to do that. And then with the goal to make that full time is really work hard to build my ASMR channel. So you make a long-term commitment. You say like, next 3 years, next 4 years, next 5 years, however long, I'm going to dedicate myself to this channel and upload consistently and really try generate serious a following. So it's not even about the money, it's about the following, because once you attain the following, these people can support you in other ways, just besides just ASMR. If they're invested in you as an individual, they'll invest themselves in whatever you have to offer, which is why I'm so open about who I am and what I think and all these sorts of things. Like, I don't just do ASMR. Like, in my ASMR, I'm sure you've noticed, like, I'm very much like just myself. That's why you see me perform music, you see me give my opinions on all sorts of things, you'll see me be acting weird and wacky, and like, I'm just giving you me. And what that allows is for you to decide, do you like me, do you not like me? And then for those who really like me, if I'm like, I have music, then they can listen to the music. If I'm like, I've got this book I wrote, they can read the book I wrote. Whatever I'm doing, they can support me. So it's important to build a following. So that's what I'm committing myself to, however long it takes. And then when I finish my book and I've got a good following, I can be like, guys, I've got this book out. I'll post it here, and then whoever wants to support me can buy it and read it and tell me what you think. And yeah, can turn that into something else as well. I'm very grateful for this ASMR channel. I spoke about this in my previous video, but it's like this bucket that allows me to water all my other passions. Because if I can build a following on this, it'll allow me to do a bunch of other things that I like doing. And then she also asked my favorite book of the Bible, or most interesting. It's a very interesting question. I don't know if I have a favorite. It used to be Samuel, the story of David, because he's this very complicated guy who did a lot of dark things, but he also did a lot of heroic things, and he was a man of faith. And so I liked Samuel for that reason. Right now, I'm really feeling Ecclesiastes because it's just talking about how life is meaningless. But life is meaningless when you're living for pleasure, you're living for money, you're living for a lot of this materialistic stuff. And it is God who gives life meaning. But the writer of Ecclesiastes, I think it was Solomon, who wrote Ecclesiastes. I think it was Solomon. Yeah, it was Solomon. What he's working his way toward is all this stuff is meaningless unless you have God in your life and He is the one you live for. Then He gives all these other things meaning. All this money, all this success, all this stuff suddenly becomes meaningful. So at the moment, because that's what I'm reading at the moment, that's what I'm like. I'm also reading Luke, which is great as well. But yeah, the Bible's big, and it's a very interesting book, so it changes from time to time. I love, how do you say this? Key? K-E-I-Y. I love Key? Key? Where would you immigrate if given the chance? That's like great. I actually had this debate with my family last night, because I live in South Africa, and it's a great country. Beautiful country. Beautiful. I wish I could show you pictures, but I've tried showing pictures. I could edit pictures in. Should I? Nah, I'm not gonna put in that effort. It's a beautiful country with great people. It's just the political situation is a bit which is the case across the world at the moment. But yeah, here it's particularly like the economy is so annoying. I got one of these spam messages, and it ended the video. Shocking. I guess now that I have to edit this stuff together, I might include images of the country. Should I? Yeah. Anyway, so immigration is a strong consideration. I was debating with my family. I was like, guys, if the time comes for us to immigrate, I don't want to hear stories of no, we're staying put, we're fighting. Like, we're going, and everyone must follow. We can't have this thing of some people are staying behind and some people no. Like, everyone must go. So having this debate with my mom and my brother, we're just like, we need to take everyone. So now the question is where. I used to think like America would be a good place. I still do, but if they sort out, here's the issue with America, right? There's a bunch of things. Okay, political situation obviously is chaotic, so you need to get that sorted out. Then the social climate as well, the things that are happening socially, that needs to be sorted out as well. Then, so when I say socially, I'm talking about the gender stuff, all these debates that you have that affect public life. Because you need to understand, I'm coming from a different context, where here in SA, we're 85% Christian. Our values are different. The way we view the world is different. Our traditions are different. So there's certain things that we're seeing happening in America that are just yikes. And then third, y'all have a lot of enemies. There are a lot of people that want to destroy America because of things that have been done in the past. There are a lot of countries that chant death to America, death to America. And America currently has an open border. Hold on. America currently has an open border. You're letting in millions and millions of immigrants every year. Every year you're letting in millions of people. A lot of these people have been identified on terror watch lists. So the members of Hezbollah, Hamas, and all these terrorist groups, the people from countries where they openly say death to America, they chant these things in their streets. People from those countries are entering America. So it's a security risk. It's scary. It's like, and people have said, what's honestly stopping them from one day going to a stadium and shooting up the stadium, going to a mall? The sleeper cells. A sleeper cell is basically a terrorist group that's waiting for the right moment to one day just go out and do something crazy. That's exactly what happened with 9/11. Coordinated attack. They wait for the right moment and boom. And obviously it's planned. These things don't just happen randomly. They plan and they wait and they hide. And y'all have let so many people in indiscriminately without even checking who these people are. So it's scary. So people are just wondering what the hell is about to happen in America, man. By the way, I didn't really answer the question all the way. So America's a possibility. If things fall apart there, I mean, the UK would be nice, maybe. The scary thing about the world? Everyone seems to be dealing with some sort of issue. And we're living in very uncertain times, and there's the threat of war. So the issue with the plus side of living in a country like South Africa is that even though you've got these economic issues and so on and so forth, you won't have to deal with things like major wars and terrorist threats and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's up in the air. But I think I've considered Japan. Japan is nice, but when you talk about bringing the whole family, that becomes an issue because people have to learn the language and stuff like that. So that presents a serious issue. France has some good places that I've seen. There's some places that, yeah, I don't know about Brazil. Brazil is on the decline. There's still some great places in Brazil, but unless they fix their, we don't want to just go into from one bad situation into another one. You know, you want to go to a place that's got its act together. So the US, I'm praying the USA because that's the strongest option in my opinion. It's an English-speaking country. They've got good places where we could integrate and do well, but the political situation is a bit chaotic. And obviously the terrorist threats are mounting. It's being exacerbated by the open border policies. So it's generally scary. It's just uncertain times with the country, so we'll see what happens with this election. So right now I'll say USA, maybe the UK. And for me, I'd have to go alone for a little bit to see if I can't make something work for my entire family, but maybe Japan. In my mind, at least, right now, those are the places I've looked at and I've kind of seen like what I could do. I can see like how I could maneuver. There's different ways to secure residencies in these countries, different processes you can go through to build a genuine life there. So, yeah, we'll see. And then she had another question. Is Africa really a poor country? Babes, no. Africa's not a country. It's a continent. It's not a country. It's very big. It's a continent. It's got multiple countries. How many countries does Africa have? It's got a bunch. So, let me Google that. How many countries in Africa? 54 countries. 54. We are not a country. Africa is a continent, and each country is very different from the next. Very, very different. People think Africa is homogenous. It's not. By the way, Africa is not just black people. By the way, if you go to Egypt, you're gonna find what did Egyptians qualify as? Egyptians are Egyptians. Then you got Moroccans. Then you got, it's these people are lighter in their skin tone. They're not black. So Africa is diverse in that sense. And then even just culturally, like in terms of tradition, religion, social climate, and stuff like that, each country is very different from the next. So we're not homogenous. It's like Europe. You go to Europe, you got Italians, you got Greeks, you got your French, you got your Germans, you got very, very different from each other, right? Same thing with Africa. Same exact thing. Are we the biggest continent in the world? I think Asia, biggest continent. Asia is the biggest. What the? So here it's saying North America is the biggest. Oh, no, it's saying North America is the third largest. Sorry, I just saw the word largest. I was like, so North America is the third largest continent. So it's Asia, Africa, North America, the three largest continents. And then, yeah, Africa's a continent. So let's start there. So is Africa really a poor continent where at least 85% are starving and suffering? I'm curious because of how it's portrayed in media. So there's truth to the starvation, there's truth to the poverty, there's truth to the disease and all these things. There's truth to that, but it's not the whole truth. They only show you the worst parts. If you go to California right now and you show all the homeless people in California, like y'all are having a homelessness crisis, right, in California. I don't know who's from California that's watching this, Imagine if that's all they showed and said this is America. America's a country, but for the sake of argument, imagine they said this is America. You'd think America's crazy. Oh my God, what the fuck? They just show all the worst possible aspects, and they don't show anything that's going well. You'd think it is incumbent upon me to show you images now of my country where I live, South Africa, just so you see what's going right. Because I watched this video where someone was talking about what's going on in SA and the political crisis, and this person specifically chose the worst parts of the country and I'm like, you're doing this on purpose because you know that because he used to live here. I mean, you know that there's way better places than this, but you're showing this and making it seem like that's the whole country. Very dishonest game you're playing. But there is truth. The 85% are starving and suffering. I don't know if the number's that high. I'm not sure. They're giving. So what they're doing is they're splitting it up. They're saying this region is this percentage and this region. So I'm not sure. They're not giving a whole general percentage. We're definitely the poorest in the world, so there's no sugarcoating that. That's the truth. You can't run from the truth, but yeah, Africa's big, man. It's huge. It's the second biggest continent in the world. There are plenty of places that have plenty of wealth, and you can live a good life. I just think the amount of planes and bikes and just general noise. I live next to an airport, so it's not great for an ASMR artist, but you know, you do what you can. You do what you must. Should I pause? Eh. So yeah, we've got Johannesburg is great to live in. So it's a great city. It's great for artists. If you want to perform music, a lot of clubs, a lot of bars. Very advanced. All that stuff. Like it's great. It's great. You're not missing out on anything. Yeah, you can live a good modern life here. Cape Town is the same. Cape Town is very beautiful. Very beautiful. So it's part of this province called the Western Cape, which is characterized by its wine farms, farmland, but then you also have the city, which is by the beach, restaurants, just modern living, good modern living. I lived in the Western Cape for 3 months during cooking school before I dropped out. It was nice, very nice, very beautiful, very beautiful, very, very beautiful. So the fantastic places in the country of South Africa and broadly speaking in the continent of Africa, also beautiful places. Rwanda is a country that's doing well economically. They're improving because they've changed economic policies. They're adapting free market policies. It's insane how quickly a country's economy advances when you just change certain stupid economic policies. We were suffering from a lot of the struggles that socialism introduced to when Che Guevara and those characters came to the African continent to help in the liberation and whatnot. They brought socialism with them, and we've been struggling ever since. It's not colonization, it's not racism that's put in, it's socialism. And evidence is how quickly in a matter of a few years a country's economy skyrockets when you just change a few policies and allow people to do business, reduce tax. Do you know that people pay up to like 45% tax and tariffs? So if you want to import goods overseas, the government charges you like 40 something percent. I think that's what they're paying in Senegal, which is an African country. 45%, you know? So it makes it almost impossible for most people to start businesses when you do that sort of stuff. So obviously the country is going to be poor because you're discouraging entrepreneurship. So all they can ever do is work for someone else, and when that's the entire country, like no one's going to have a business. So obviously the country's poor, and then the politicians just loot the Federal Reserve. They just take all that money and spend it on their family, get private jets, get cars. It's a mess, and this socialism, it's destroyed the continent. It's no example of it working. People always point to Scandinavia and say, look, socialism in Scandinavia works. It does not. They charge 25% on VAT, which is absolutely insane. Almost 50% income tax. It's like 40 something percent. Absolutely insane. The citizens are not happy because they say you get free healthcare and all this stuff. If you go to the hospital once every few years, but you're getting taxed almost 50% plus 25% VAT, and they're saying, but you get free healthcare as a result, but you only go to the hospital once every few years. It's like, what the? You're scamming me. And then it's like free transport, all this. Guys, it's a scam. It's a scam. Everything that's going right in Scandinavia has nothing to do with the socialist policies. Countries like Finland have I think Finland has a huge gas reserve, so they sell natural gas. It might not be gas, it might be some other resource, but that's where they get their money from. It has nothing to do with the socialist policies. Anyway, that's a tangent. Socialism does not work, and Africa will improve once we abandon it and adopt more free market / capitalist policies. And we're seeing examples. Singapore is another example of that. Turned things around in a few years. Anyway, she also asked my number one goal for the next year. That's interesting. I want to travel next year. It'd be nice. I've talked about this before, but there's this Japanese language course I want to do. You get to go over there, and for like a week or two, you do a bunch of activities while also learning the language. Sounds fun, but it's very expensive. But if I can manage to do that, that'd be great. Grow the channel, finish my book, publish my book on Kindle, get people to buy my book. So write my book, go on that trip, grow my channel, get it to like 10,000 at least, would be nice, but we'll see how far I get. There's noise galore. Lexi commented on that post saying he lives in South Africa. I think it's modern. The stuff you see in the media are like the small villages and such. You gotta remember how big Africa is. Facts. Yeah, South Africa. Oh my god. So at Jack said it. Asked what is your inspiration to become an almost full-time ASMR YouTuber? I admire the daily uploads and the dedication. Yes, really, I like your vids. Also, this was indeed a great idea. Thank you. I already answered the question of what inspired me to become an ASMR artist, so thanks for that question, and I'm sure you heard me answer it earlier. I appreciate you. Jack said it's seen a bunch of your comments, so I appreciate that. Where did I at Alex YT2X at Alex YT2X said, where do you see yourself at, and what do you see yourself doing in 5 years? 5 years is a long time. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in 5 years. Hopefully I'm married by then. Hopefully I found a good girl and we're married and got at least one kid. Hopefully 2 by then. How old will I be in 5 years? I'll be like 28. Yeah, I want to have a kid by then. Hopefully like 2. I want a lot, so you gotta move quickly. I don't want to put pressure on any girl that might want to be with me, but I do want kids though. So yeah. Hopefully the channel's doing well as well. Like I've got, it's generating a healthy income, and it's like I said, it's watered my other endeavors. So it's like the writing is doing well, the music is doing well. Hopefully, like I can be performing with music. Like I'm hoping I can be traveling because of the music, like just doing shows here and there. I've got so much music. I'd love to perform some of it at least. So hopefully that's reality, and then writing by 2024 I should have at least a book out, one book out. So I'm hoping in the next 5 years I've established myself as a writer. I've got a good following as a writer. I'm generating a healthy income as a writer, hopefully. I want to make a video game at some point. So I want to pull together resources from all these different things I'm doing. Start a company, get like rent an office space, get a bunch of people, me just make a game. Even if it's like a small indie game, it doesn't matter what it is. Just make a game, get my foot in the door, and then that can lead to more opportunities. But I wanna, but that in 5 years, I don't know if I'll be able to do that in 5 years. Maybe 5 years is a long time. Hopefully, I can get that done. But main thing, get married, have at least one kid by that time. Build the ASMR channel to where it's generating healthy income, healthy following, and then the music and writing. I feel like I can definitely build my channel in 5 years. I can definitely get my music to a place where people know who I am, and I can start doing shows, and I can definitely obviously write books, just finish the books. And I believe I can, through building my channel, through building my music, then direct that audience towards, at least some of the audience towards purchasing my books, so I can establish myself as a not well known, but known enough writer, so that I can generate income off of that. So in 5 years, I think I can manage that. And then at ASMR Tingles asked thoughts on Palestine, Israel. Oh, that's not a great note to end on. The other questions are personal. This one is more political. I've spoken about it before. All I'll say is, I hope it ends with the conflict. I've spoken about this before, but it's a heavy topic, so I don't want to go too into it. All I'll say is I hope it ends. It's sad that anyone is dying. It's very sad. So I hope it stops. This is what I'll give for this video. I have more complex opinions than that, but I want it to stop. Yeah, I think I've answered all the questions. Hope you're satisfied with the answers. I can always do another one of these in the future. So if you missed the opportunity, sorry, but I can always do another one. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Comment if you one of the people that asked the questions, and you also saw the video. Leave a comment below. You're not allowed to pray at the end of the video. It's just to impart peace and blessing and all that good stuff. So, dear God, thank you for this individual watching this right now. Thank you for making them whole and unique. Thank you that you're guiding them on a great path towards peace, prosperity, purpose. Thank you that you've blessed them with incredible people that love them, that take care of them, make them feel seen, make them feel heard, and they bring the best out of this individual, and that you're introducing people that do the same thing. Thank you that you're blessing this person with a spirit of gratitude so they can give thanks for what they have, and through giving thanks, find peace and contentment and attract even more blessings. So, good health, long life, happiness over this individual and everyone they care about. In my name I pray. In Jesus' name I pray.